In this flexibility lab, we will be demonstrating 4 different assessments. These assessments include the Canadian Shrug Forward Flexion Test, YMCA Sit and Reach Test, Chair Sit and Reach Test, and the Thomas Test. For the Canadian Trunk Forward Flexion Test, the client sits without shoes and the soles of the feet flat against a sit and reach box with the 0 mark at the 26 centimeter line. The inner edges of the soles should be approximately 6 inches apart. The client should slowly reach forward with both hands as far as possible, and while holding this position, should hold it for approximately 2 seconds. Be sure that the participant keeps hands parallel and does not lead with one hand or bounce. Fingertips should not overlap and should be in contact with the measuring portion of the sit and reach box. This assessment should be repeated about 2 to 3 times to ensure accurate measurements. The next assessment is a YMCA Sit and Reach Test. In this assessment, the participant will be sitting down on the floor with their legs slightly apart, creating a 45-degree angle. At the edge of the client's feet, perpendicular to that line, the client will then reach forward and hold for approximately 2 to 3 seconds as far as he or she can. The client does this by placing one hand on top of the other, making sure that one hand does not go more forward than the other hand. This protocol should be repeated about 2 to 3 times to ensure accurate measurements. The farthest of the 3 or 2 trials shall be recorded as a person's maximal flexibility. The next assessment is the Chair Sit and Reach Test. In this assessment, the client will be sitting at a chair with their legs slightly apart and reaching towards one leg at a time. As the client reaches beyond their toes, they are assisted with a ruler to see how long they are able to go beyond their toes and hold this position for about 2 to 3 seconds. Once again, this protocol should be practiced about 2 times, and the time with the longest recorded measurement is the one you record. The final assessment is the Thomas Test. This test will check for the subject's hip flexor flexibility. The subject should lie supine on a flat surface. Then we'll bring the leg to the chest. If straight leg remains in contact with mat, hip flexors of the leg are flexible. The score of this assessment shall be scored as flexible or inflexible. This test does need a second person to assist the subject. This test should also be performed on both legs. The first assessment I accomplished was the Canadian Forward Flexion Test. This was followed by the YMCA Sit and Reach Test. After that, I accomplished the Chair Sit and Reach assessment. The last test I performed was the Thomas Test.